Check 1, 2. All right, we're live. Have fun, babe. Live for Cage Warriors 188. I'm only 45 minutes late. Bam, 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 bam. Yabba dabba doo. What's up, Steve? All right. Getting the chat up. Displays. We're live. Meg, Ashley said she's not going to be here.
I didn't say it.
Well, yeah, you're going to get your eyelashes done.
I know, but I'll be back in an hour.
And then start the other one.
Yeah. Tell her I say hi.
She said, oh, that's okay. She said eyelashes are very important. This stream's for all the people that hate in the arena stream. Combat Buddy's still alive. Next week, gonna do PFL on Thursday and UFC on Saturday. Will be Combat Buddy. Magic is traveling. But you can't argue with the numbies. We've been putting up like 150 concurrent on the stream. This one's going to be a big one. We're going to be live on Twitter as well. At In The Arena MMA _. What up, Brett? Where you calling from, Brett? Where you watching from? I don't have you in my spreadsheet. Or maybe I do. Nope, I do not have Brett. Where are you watching from? Steve's from Regina, Saskatchewan. Meg. They're from Canada. Houston, what up? Pow wow. I believe my favorite football player of all time, Donald Driver, is from Houston. Houston, CA. Damn. When is the show? Window capture. Why does it do this? I don't know about this 2 streams on one day. I have to switch everything. Add source. Window capture. There we go. Introducing first. I love Hal Chaplin. Chris is May 16th. Message me week of. No promises. You guys cannot hear the fights, correct? Awesome. Getting. All right. I always have trouble finding my mouse. Sorry, this is a little bit of a. What did I unplug? What do we lose? Lost the camera. Oh, there we go. We got a lot of stuff worked out yesterday. We had a big issue when I had someone on Zoom sending the Zoom audio without sending the fight audio, and I got that figured out, and I feel like a genius. Who has watched the After Hour? Ashia was listening to it while she was picking up, and she was howling. I thought she was... I was like, I know we're funny, but Jesus. Where's my motherfucking mouse? All right. Nice. Display capture. There we go.
gone right across the body. Not so much a body lock, but there's the second hook in now. Great position here early on for Max. Both guys still dry.
There we go. Where's Dorian?
Needs to pick that shot a little bit more.
I hope Dorian and Ashley aren't together.
There's those 12 to 6s we were talking about earlier on.
Oh, big shot right to the face there of Sarmantidis.
Yeah, Alexis.
Oh my goodness, it's back into the triangle.
Just before that set.
Ooh, we got a triangle on Cage Warriors right here. Max Lally.
He has it.
I got a parlay going. Some real heavy chalk. I believe they only have one fight.
Alexis to turn into the choke.
What's up, Amazing?
For himself.
Unbelievable!
And the RDS explodes as Max Lally secures his first Cage Warriors victory. Lally celebrating.
Ole, ole.
What a moment for the 23-year-old.
Let's get ready to rumble. Once they get completely set up here, we'll take a look at the UFC card. I'll probably be signing off at about 2:30 p.m.
Yeah, I was impressed with that performance. Stayed cool. Didn't try and rush the position when he was on when he only had one hook in on the back.
This was earlier on where
Who's got locks today? I got a lot of action. Feel really good about this card.
here's some of those cleaving elbows. That one
Those
right to the side of
cleaving
the head.
elbows.
Beautiful shot.
Ooh, ooh, almost sharded, almost sharded. Crack streams. Hope someone sometimes also will stream it in our Discord. I'll probably have a half hour in between.
And
there was the submission. A beautiful triangle from Maximus Lally.
Let's see here.
What a Cage Warriors debut
I'll
for the young man from Ashbourne.
I'll be going live in the arena
To make it official.
MMA
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Paul Crossley, calls a stop to this
YouTube
contest of 3
channel
minutes
at
and
3
52 seconds of
p.m.
round
with
number one.
my
Declaring your
buddy
winner by way of triangle
Magic.
choke in the red corner, Max.
Subscribe here. There we go. I'll pin that. Why can't I pin it? Why am I unable to pin chats?
Max Lally celebrating with his team.
I'm on the wrong YouTubes. I was on the wrong YouTubes. That's also the wrong YouTubes. Here we go.
Max Lally celebrating with his crowd.
All right, I'll be right back.
Incredible reception here tonight. What a performance from this undefeated prospect. 4-0 now. The future looking very bright indeed for Maximus Lally. Well, folks, we've got a huge world title fight coming your way very, very shortly. Let's take a look at one half of it.
My name is James Sheehan, my nickname is Jimbo Slice, and my professional record is 8 wins, 3 losses. There should be on maybe 11. Initially, I joined mixed martial arts for a strange enough reason. One of my good friends got into a street fight. He basically realised that he didn't know how to fight and he should probably learn. So I said, I'll go with you. He quit after 2 weeks. I said, look, I'm at nothing else. I'll keep doing it. I've steered away from street fights. So outside the gym, it's not Jimbo Slice, it's Jimbo Nice. It's been just over a year since my last outing on Cage Warriors. Of course, I've scheduled to fight Yanis Bakar. 3 weeks out from that fight, I had unfortunately broken my hand in sparring. Looking back now, that has caused me to add layers to my game, and I'm more prepared for this fight than I was for the Yanis one.
My name is Justin Bowenson with a record of 9-2, fighting out with TFT MMA. I started fighting in the beginning because I was just hanging up at the streets really, and I had no direction in life. My mum always wanted us to get into some sort of sport, stuff like that, so we were just looking for different sports today, and then ended up finding jiu-jitsu and just went from there. Even a couple of fights in as a pro, obviously the goal was to get the Cage Warriors and then get to the UFC.
Introducing Justin Bowenson!
I had one fight on Cage Warriors against David Bear. I was 9-1 at the time. Got the call for the Contender Series. It was a good experience being out there and seeing it all and stuff like that. Obviously I didn't get the win, but even after that I knew it wasn't going to stop us. I was just motivated to get back there.
This is a super important fight for Justin Burlington as he looks to get back on the right track.
Daniel Sabinski was a dangerous opponent, but I knew I had the skills to beat him.
Incredible stuff from the young man from Sunderland.
The fight after that I fought Jamie Richardson. He was another tough opponent as well, obviously fought for the middleweight belt. So he was a big guy, but I felt like I could have fought better, but at least I got the finish in the end. After fighting Jamie Richardson, I got another call for the Contender Series, which didn't happen. But then after that, I had some health issues. I injured my knee, and I waited out for knee surgery. That took quite a lot of time. Literally got the date for the knee surgery, then I got a call saying I had testicle cancer. I did, for a little time I did think it was over. I thought maybe I might not fight again here. As soon as I got like the all clear and stuff like that, I was like, I can still do this 100% and I can get back in there, I feel healthy and stuff like that. So I just...
Sorry about that, guys.
Start training again. Obviously my body, even the last fight...
Been going keto for the weight loss competition, and it's doing a number on my stomach.
Obviously that's my dream. That's what I started this sport to be in the UFC and stuff like that. So
Bad.
Recovered from the injury, beat cancer, straight back to the cage. That's a real fighter, ladies and gentlemen.
It's an unbelievable turnaround to go from that to back to winning ways in Cage Warriors and winning well. He's more than deserved of the Cage Warriors title shot again, and I cannot wait for Saturday night.
So I'm Paul Redzer Redmond, and I've
5 watching. Absolute warriors. I guess when I shit for half of it and don't talk, it's not going to do well, but it's all getting ready for, and no one gives a fuck about Cage Warriors except me, and you should. It's the best promotion outside the UFC.
After myself and Neil finished and retired, there was a bit of a long layoff.
What else do I want to get started here? Get the basketball games on the slower right TV.
You know, serious fighters coming out there between Saul, Jamie, Jerry Harris, Adam, and especially James Sheen leading the charge. I think the only way is up for the guys. I cannot wait to see all the guys in there.
April 6th last year, the whole of Team Rhino gym, we went 4-0 on that night with 4 finishes. There's nothing more as a teammate, and even my coach
Brett,
I'm going to step up and have 5 fighters on the event, and hopefully someone will stream it. 5 wins and 5 finishes.
I missed out on that Cavs -5. That was free money today.
How close we are as teammates, even how close Andy is to us. Like he's not only a coach, but he really cares about us and developing even as people, and I believe that's a major
What's going on here?
of martial arts. Outside of competition is actually who you are as a character. One thing that I love about Team Rhino is Paul Redmond, who likes to give everyone their nicknames, whether you like it or not.
We're giving names to the Plank, yeah, another teammate of mine who's moved on from our team.
What's going on here?
The nickname Plank Derby because he looks like a big plank of wood. So another one I did was Better Call Saul, and I actually don't think they've used it in the commentators or the ring announcer yet.
What's going
but
on?
I know he's getting a lot of traction online with it. I gave Jimbo his one, which is Jimbo Slice. So when he gets called out on Saturday night, it's going to be James Jimbo Slice, thanks to yours truly.
I hit my big chalk parlay. 5 fights on Cage Warriors.
Well, a great little insight there on James Jimbo Slice Sheehan's preparation.
I'm getting really worried about the Rizzler guys. He's so fat.
Title fight tonight's main event, taking on Justin Burlinson. It's going to be 5
He's
rounds
so
of
fat.
chaos. And the man, he made a couple of,
Let's go 5 Warriors. Let me know where you're watching from.
And a man who I'm sure can deliver some
We got
incredible
Brett from
insight
Houston,
on James
Texas.
leading up to this fight. Mr. Paul Redmond. Paul, we talked
I need to
earlier
get
on
water.
about, James' mindset and everything going into this one. But where is James Sheehan the fighter now
Still
compared to,
setting
say,
up.
the James Sheehan that we saw in this very building 12 months ago winning that title?
Oh, foul. How is that not a foul?
So he has had a couple of injuries. We know he broke his hand. That came out that he couldn't fight.
I'm going to go get water. Just doing some
He
stuff.
had a couple of obstacles to get through. He got through them. He's put in a couple of
Powder
good camps.
Springs?
He has put in a great camp for this one. And I just think his mindset is completely different to where he was 12 months ago. When you go over there through those little obstacles, you do get a little bit tougher in the mind, you know. They are little setbacks, but I think if you overcome them, you're a better fighter for it.
Absolutely. You know, that fight against Daniel Conrad at the RDF last year, from my money, an all-time classic Cage Warriors title fight. And I think it really showed that championship caliber because that was not all one-way traffic for James. He got put through the ringer by Daniel Conrad, who's an incredible fighter in his own right. What was going through your mind, that cage side, commentating on that? It must have put you through a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, I think, look, when I talked to him after the fight, I said, you made hard work of that. And that's not to take anything away from Daniel Conrad. I think Daniel Conrad, I really rate him, especially now that he's dropped down to the lightweight division. But I just thought he probably could have got Conrad out there a little bit quicker without getting as much damage taken. And I think he even said that to me coming into this camp. He says, no, you're right, we need to work on this, this, and this. And I think he has done. So I think you're going to see more elements of James' game tonight.
You know, we talked about James's toughness and the incredible tenacity he showed against Daniel Conrad. And you mentioned it earlier, Paul, he's facing a guy in Justin Burlinson later tonight who, you know, in many ways is a mirror image. You want to talk about toughness, you've got to talk about Justin Burlinson, you know. The story that this guy has had over the past few years, you know, going into hospital for what he thought was, I believe, a routine knee surgery, finding out that he had testicular cancer, coming back from that. He has his comeback fight late last year against Theodore Bergen on Cage Warriors, gets put through the ringer, but pulls it out of the fire once again. An incredibly tough, durable guy. Do you see this, whichever way it goes, being a similar kind of fight as we saw, you know, Burlinson versus McKee or Sheehan versus Conrad?
All right, I got all my stuff.
You can't call one and say it's going to be like the
I got
other.
my pipe.
This is going to be
I
a
got my
unique fight
weed.
in its own. I think
I got my X. I got my grind.
I
got my light. I got my ice water.
Who puts their stamp on the fight?
I have my Celsius.
Who
And
can match their opponent down first? Because I think the two boys are going to push forward. who takes that backward step first. I think that the person who can do it the quickest is going to win.
You know, we talked about things like the training and the preparation.
Not great for the diet, but we're here.
Two things you can't really necessarily prepare for. And, you know, for Justin Burlington, he's in that position now where he's had one title opportunity.
Got a tight game in Memphis, 58-57. Is Ja Morant playing?
If I don't get it done this time,
I don't believe Ja Morant's playing.
it's over. And, you know, of course, we know in MMA that's never the case. There's always opportunities. But that doesn't change the fact that surely in Burleson's mind...
You know what I gotta do? I gotta put in my SD cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is why we got this practice stream. Thursday, though, it's gonna be a real one. Combat Buddy, PFL 4. And next week, UFC Des Moines, Iowa, Sandhagen versus Figueiredo. That's gonna be right here on Combat Buddy.
I really rate Justin Burlington as a fighter. I think he's as tough as nails. I think he's experienced, and I think he has all the talent in the world to be a world champion. Even though James is my teammate and friend, I'm really interested to see this as a fight fan.
Absolutely, as am I, as are we all. And, you know, talking from James's side then about maybe some of the intangible things, this is a huge capacity crowd here tonight. It's completely sold out. We had to put more seats in. They disappeared in the space of about 24 hours. When James Sheehan walks through that curtain tonight, he is going to get the biggest reception of the night. We've seen him on the big screens earlier on, the crowd going absolutely nuts when they see his picture. So when he walks through, he's going to get hit by that wave of emotion. How do you think James is going to react to that?
Yeah, I think he'll take it all in his stride. If you know James as a person, he doesn't really let the outside things like that affect his performance or affect his mood. He's very stoic in what way he goes on and carries himself in the cage, outside the cage. That's him as a person. I don't think it's going to affect Justin either. He's been in this scenario before. I thought the performance that he had against Reese, I thought it was a great performance. And he got
Ryan Garcia is to face Rolly Romero next. Yeah, I probably won't be streaming that, but I'll watch it.
The two boys are experienced enough to not let that outside
boxing is just so boring.
energy affect the performances.
How many pounds have you lost? Down 9. Honestly, haven't been doing that great. I've had a couple days. One day I was in San Antonio. I ordered like $50 worth of Taco Bell when I was high in my hotel room. Fuck yeah, YOJ. On my way to 12-pack. 12-pack of what? 60-59 Oklahoma City at halftime.
Next up is the flyweights as Marcus Vinicius Ferreira takes on Dublin's own Ja Harris. Taking the bout on just a week's notice, Brazilian Marcus Vinicius struggled on the scales at yesterday's
I wanted to lose some weight. Here I am eating donuts. You could do it. Put him down right now. Put him down right now. Don't accept defeat. Put him down right now, Steve. Why you still chewing? Go throw up. David Goggins.
Estudar pouquinho o jogo do cara até o meio do primeiro round e pretendo terminar a luta aí até o segundo round aí com uma finalização nocaute.
One of Ireland's most beloved prospects, the GTA selector, is making a long-awaited return to action. Despite
Shadir Sanders.
Against Scott, Harris's stock still rose. Tonight he'll be looking for the kind of performance that saw him submit Gregory
The big loser of the weekend.
on Irish soil.
Do I look skinnier? I feel like I look skinnier.
Yeah, my opponent is Brazilian. I don't know what Jimmy's from. I know he's a southpaw.
Yep, I was at my all-time high, 215 pounds.
I really only got the fight. I've had plenty of opponent changes, but to me, it doesn't really matter who the opponent is. Everybody's going to have a decent...
Ooh, that black cherry is disgusting.
...class opponents, and I'm no stranger to...
I'm no stranger.
...grapplers like with Tammy in the last... Elton, I know I can finish fights on the floor, most of me.
Bad,
yeah, the grappling will not be a problem.
Get ready for flyweight fireworks as Marcus Vinicius takes on Ja Harris.
I wish I had an opinion on some of these Cage Warriors fights. I really studied the UFC card this week, so I did not. Have much time to look at this Cage Warriors card.
we said we had flyweights, light
Google
heavyweights, and welterweights this time for the flyweights,
Chrome.
folks. Marcus Vinicius Ferrer having a great time over here in Dublin. Took this fight at less than 2 weeks' notice. He's on a 5-fight winning streak coming into it. 2 overall as a pro. This is the 27-year-old. 5 wins by way of submission. One thing to note, he did have trouble on the scales yesterday. Came in a little bit over the
There we go.
26-pound limit.
All right.
And opted not to cut further weight. Has that kind of old school Brazilian way of doing things, you know, not doing baths or saunas, just training the weight off, and unfortunately just couldn't get down in time. And obviously the bout moves ahead as planned. He forfeits a percentage of his purse, but Joe Harris obviously wanting the fight to happen, waiting for an opponent, did not want to let his fans down. And these two went head to head at the face-offs yesterday. Ferrer very animated, and well, they don't come much more animated than Joe Harris.
Yeah, he's a character. He would talk to the wall if he was left. I'm really interested in this fight. This guy is a jiu-jitsu black belt. Like you said, he's coming.
You ever tried the hard nectar Jumex? Bringing some Tiger Thick as well, B. Fuck yeah, man. Something my wife's boyfriend Todd.
Andy took the fight. Interesting.
I don't get it. After this donut, no more messing around. I'm gonna lose weight with you guys. I think a huge step in the right direction would be not finishing that donut. Shay Cray. See, do we have Leoj on here? Just a reminder, we will be going live on In the Arena MMA. Check the pinned comment in the chat. For UFC today at 3 p.m., I'll be going live with my buddy, Pro Better Magic M. Spanish guy. Leoj, I don't have where you're from. Where are you from, Leoj?
Always super popular with the crowd here in Ireland. Brought a lot of fans with him tonight.
And Shay Cray, where are you calling from?
Competed at the IMAFs as an amateur, so putting in the hard yards, getting that experience early on.
Long Beach.
As a professional,
You definitely said it before. I've commented on that.
great competition. Coming off a split decision loss to Giovanni Scott, but that was a super close fight. I don't think he lost any stock there whatsoever.
New York City, cuz.
Decision wins over Ryan
Cool way to say that.
Submission of Gregory Wymertam in the famous yellow gloves of Cage Warriors.
All right.
Back on track.
We got a fight starting.
Cage Warriors.
Do I have an opinion? I don't think I have an opinion.
5-2 the record for Harris. Ferrer with the slightly more experienced 8-2 record. He's a year older.
I know. I've definitely seen you in the chat before. I just never asked where. Never caught where you're from. Add it to my spreadsheet of chat. I got 86 people in here.
Let's see if that plays any part in this flyweight contest. Here's Mr. Hal Chaplin to get it underway.
Which always leads me to wonder, where the fuck is everybody?
Flyweight contest is brought to you by Fairtax Fightwear and that prize guy. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner.
Bad.
He stands 5 feet 5 inches tall and weighed in above the flyweight limit at 127.7 pounds. He is fighting out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, and brings into the cage a professional record, 8 wins with 2 defeats. Introducing Marcus Vinicius Ferreira. Standing up slim in the cage.
All right, UFC preview. First fight, Chelsea Chandler, Jocelyn Edwards. Starting with the bathroom break. Chelsea Chandler is really bad. And Jocelyn Edwards is back, although she's looked improved in a lot of her fights. Her last fight was at Tamiris Vidal.
Mr. Rich Mitchell.
One of the best in the sport, Mr. Rich Mitchell. About to get this one underway. 3 5-minute rounds. If they
both these girls missed weight in their last fight. I believe Chelsea missed weight last fight by 5 pounds and actually came in 1 pound over, so really sending a message. She's Caesar Gracie Jiu-Jitsu motherfucker. Stockton 209 what? The finish numbers on both of them are huge, but I just can't trust either of them to have very much sense of urgency. I do think Chelsea Chandler may get some takedowns at point, but Jocelyn Edwards is pretty athletic and pretty active off her back. She's got extremely long legs. She can put Chelsea in trouble. I could see her knocking Chelsea out on the feet. I could see her getting the sub. I could see her picking her apart for 3 rounds. I really think Jocelyn Edwards is going to win. The price says it. Chelsea at times is really aggressive in the guard, not like Jocelyn Edwards when she fought Alan Perez, who's very happy just to lay on top with a very boring fight. So I do think Chelsea Chandler, though she might get takedowns, Jocelyn Edwards is going to take advantage of those ill-advised attempts at punishment and be able to get back to her feet or find a submission. But Edwards also makes a lot of stupid decisions, defensive grappling against the cage. Ooh, leg lock. Jump for a leg lock.
Trying to switch to an ankle maybe now.
Yeah, he's going to go for the heel hook here.
Heel hook.
I
never know what's going on.
He's on that. He has a linker down the heel.
Oh. I love it when the other guy's like, no, I'm going to heel hook you.
Trying to get a bite on that heel.
He's got a really good bite across the 2 legs.
Uh-oh. I think he's going to get it. He looks like he's in pain.
This is trying a little goodness in the face from Jerry. He's got to be careful here.
I do not understand the leg lock.
Looking to cancel with one of his own. Straight footlock maybe.
I would rather see him clear the bottom leg out and sip his way over the bottom leg, the left leg. Going for an steamer lock here on the right leg.
They're both just doing it. What is happening?
Point got the angle on it.
Like, are either of these guys close?
Footlocks, I should say, sorry.
Bit of a car crash here. You don't want to look, but you can't look away.
Yeah, like Ferreira has a really good bite across the 2 legs of Jerry. So for Jerry to get the full lock on him, it's going to be quite difficult, but he needs to clear that.
Wait, you can hear the fights?
Across his chest, or open it out over the leg that's doing the damage. Sorry, that's coming across.
Can you hear the
legs.
fights?
Rich Mitchell taking a bit.
Look at this. There's a gap in the legs. He can get his knee line cleared. Turn his hips, drop that knee line down. He's got a bite on the inside heel hook now. Jerry's got to get out of there. He's got to push that foot down. And he's out.
And the crowd erupting here as Iris able to get out of that submission hold. And looking to do some damage to Ferreira now.
Yeah, look at him throw the elbow over the top. On a head and arm attempt here.
What's your head,
Big elbow there from Jerry.
The crowd getting behind Harris now. Harris just using the hands to disrupt the breathing a little bit, trying to find a little space to posture up, maybe throw some more elbows.
I'd rather see him switch his hips. Guard just closed now.
Cool. Thank you for the heads up, Sergio. We love the production in the chat. So no one got that leg lock, huh? Shocking. Yeah, fucking Streamlabs. I don't know. I got it connected to 2 different accounts, my another MMA podcast account and my In the Arena account, but when I log into one, the scenes are gone. If my scenes are gone, I'm fucking. The other account when I log in, gonna be pissed. There's a lot of setup in that one. Sergio, where are you calling from? Or where are you watching from? Fresno. Never mind. Fresno, yes. Just a little Fresno joke. Just an old Fresno joke. I met Ben Affleck. All right. So basically, I think Jocelyn Edwards wins. I don't know how. I think. Really? Adam Carolla used to say Fresno, yes? Have you been following me since I worked on the Adam Carolla show? Did you know I worked for the Adam Carolla show? Went on recently as a guest after starting there as an intern 8 years ago. 9 years ago. I didn't even know he used to say that. Word. Went on there with Jason Mayhem Miller. Nice. Todd, my wife's boyfriend. Shake rate is hilarious. Does your wife really have a boyfriend? Not really. I remember you in the chat. I remember talking to Shake Ray. Specifics. Is that a real thing? Your wife has a boyfriend? Oh, it's a good bit. I like Todd. Ooh. So basically, yeah, Jocelyn Edwards, I think she wins. I don't know how. I put a little bit on round 3. Chelsea's going to be working hard to get the takedowns. Hopefully she's gassed by round 3, plus 2,500 quarter unit. Timmy Kawamba versus Roberto Romero. Classic case of technical striker versus a really active psycho. Roberto Romero put out a really good showing versus David Onama, not getting finished. Almost won the first round until he got knocked down in the last 20 seconds. Timmy Kawamba has not had a great showing in the UFC. Pretty technical guy, but he just does not throw enough. In situations like this, in like a 50-50 fight, I like Roberto Romero, but I don't know. I held off. I just don't have a ton of confidence. I don't know. Maybe I'll bend it by fight time. I kind of like Roberto Romero. He's just going to be more active. Jacqueline Amarin, Polyana Viana. One of my biggest spots of the night. I think it's just going to be textbook. Jacqueline Amarin is going to sub Polyana Viana. She's going to sub her really fast. I got the under 2.5 at minus 260. Huge number for a women's fight, but I got Jacqueline Amarin sub round 1 plus 140, and I have her to win by sub minus 165 to win by sub. That's like 70% implied. Or no. Like 60% implied that she wins by sub, but I think that is definitely going to be the outcome. Cameron Simon versus Malcolm Wellmaker. Malcolm Wellmaker 8-0, undefeated, making his first UFC fight. One Contender Series, vicious knockout versus a very unathletic guy in round 1. I kind of like Cameron Simon here. I don't know enough about Malcolm Wellmaker. He doesn't have a lot of his fights out there available to watch. He seems extremely athletic, comes from a bad gym. Augusta, Georgia, I believe. Amazing. But I think Cameron Simon, his losses are really good. His wins aren't that great. So I think Cameron Simon, I'm betting him round 3. Not a ton of action. Damon Blackshear versus, I never know how to say his name. Ichilang. Is it Ichilang? I think this is really wide. I'm a huge Damon Blackshear guy. I love Damon Blackshear. But I just think it's really wide. I put a half unit on Ichilang by decision. He has laid on people for 3 rounds before. Damon's been laid on for 3 rounds before. Happy to be on his back, work for subs, and it could bite him in the ass. So we are going Elatang by decision. Ultimately, I do think Damon's going to get the win. Hope he does. Chris Gutierrez versus John Castaneda. John Castaneda been to a number of his amateur fights in Minneapolis. He used to be managed by my first friend in MMA, Jeremy Bjornberg. Went to Mecca MMA at Mystic Lake and Caged Chaos at Canterbury Park. Some Minneapolis casinos. He's good. I feel like he's a little small for 145. But Chris, also, is someone taking this on short notice? Why are they at 145? I don't know. It depends if he can get takedowns. John is a former wrestler at Minnesota State. It was Mankato State back then. Chris Gutierrez, of course, leg kicks. I took Chris Gutierrez by knockout plus 700. The man has 8 knockouts. Vicious leg kick game. I just think that's really wide. We took Chris Gutierrez by knockout. Evan Elder versus Gage Young. This one I'm nervous about. I got pretty big spot on Elder. I got a unit on him inside the distance, plus 330. I have 2 units on him to win, minus 200. And I have fight doesn't go the distance. The good money, bad money, a lot of people are on Gage Young. Some good money on Gage. It's making me nervous. But I think Elder's really good. If you go back to his UFC debut against Preston Parsons, fighting up at 170. Evan Elder even subbed Darius Flowers, who used to fight at 185, and this is a 155-pound bout. Let's see here. Lots of good money on Damon Blackshear. 32 bets on BetMMA.tips on Gage Young, and 77% are from winning bettors. I mean, I don't know if you got the line weeks ago. You could have got, or months ago, you could have got Baldoni at big dog money. But I don't know, with Candace Owens really setting this off, and just some of the stuff coming out about Blake Lively. Ashley was just telling me yesterday that Blake Lively broke up Ryan Reynolds and Scarlett Johansson on the set of Green Lantern, and was sending nudes to Ben Affleck. So I think we got to go Justin Baldoni minus 300, and that's obvious. But yeah, you can see Gage Young here, 77% in good money. Where is Evan Elder? 61%, 42 bets. So that's a pretty big disparity, but that's still a fairly high percentage of good money on Evan Elder. But we are nervous. 83% of the bets, only 6 bets on Polyana Vienna. Good money. I can't believe that. Where's Jacqueline Amarim? 36 bets, 63% good money. So, yeah, I'm nervous about this one, but ultimately on Elder. This next fight, Matt Schnell versus my Facebook friend Jimmy Flick. I think Matt Schnell does get the knockout. Jimmy Flick is just not an athletic guy, but he has incredible submissions. And Matt Schnell obviously prone to mistakes. The line was way wider. I think it started like plus 250. Jimmy Flick is down to plus 140. Yeah, I mean, Justin Baldoni, he's coming with receipts. I think that's really going to play into the tail of the tape. He's kind of a fucking douchebag, too, the way he types. They're all weirdos. If you've read any of the text back and forth between Baldoni and Reynolds and Blake Lively. But yeah, Blake Lively seems like a huge bitch. Was Blake Lively the one that got in the argument with Florence Pugh? Oh, no, Olivia Wilde. Blake Lively and Olivia Wilde are the same person to me. Does he got a reverse triangle here? He looks like he's getting red up top. Bad, bad. No, the craziest rider ever was from Sexy Red's team. They had a whole list. And didn't eat any of it. But most people don't really have that much stuff. Ben Affleck didn't ask for anything. So, yeah, we think Matt Schnell. The back and forth between them was real strange, almost like they were playing into each other. He was always kind of protecting himself, and she was always kind of insinuating. Yeah, they're fucking weirdos. I didn't know you had the CIA puppet on. Ben Affleck is a CIA puppet? I didn't know that. Oh, Sexy Red? Tell me more. She got an N-word named Nick that come on my tits. I don't think she's a plant. I think she had funny songs. I don't think you can control ratchet people like that. I don't think they'd be a good plants. And if she is a plant, what's the point? What is she trying to accomplish? To turn young women into whores? A lot of people said that about Ben Affleck talking fast. Yeah, fair enough. So did the show Friends, but I love that too. A lot of people were saying Ben Affleck talk fast. Other people were like, he said he has ADD. I don't think he's high on anything. I think he's got a very active brain. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just say, way-oh, way-oh. 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 Got him. Way-oh. Okay, turn my lights in here. Way-oh. Oh, it's a great day. Going to be a huge stream on In the Arena. Make sure you subscribe. Comment pinned in the chat. Dogma back in theaters June 5th. I love Dogma. It is on YouTube. But great movie. I knew I liked Ben Affleck, but man, before he came on, I got excited. I was looking at his IMDb. I was like, I love Ben Affleck. Huge. No, one is a Celsius. One's my upper, and one's my downer. It's the perfect alchemy. I haven't had Adderall for months. Need a lot of caffeine. Look how fucking blue my eyes are. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is in theaters this weekend, doing quite well from what I heard. It's so funny that that's how they're bringing back movie theaters. Instead of making good movies, just putting the old ones back in. Why can't someone make good movies? Carrie. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, way-oh, way-oh. So, Ikram Alaskarov versus Andre Muniz. We're taking a shot at Andre Muniz, plus 345. I can't get the image of him armbarring and breaking Jacare's arm. I think he can sub anyone, especially if he can get this to the ground. Nicholas Dalby versus Randy Brown. Randy Brown's going to fuck him up. First, I think Nicholas Dalby is going to get knocked out for the first time. He's 40 years old, 9 years younger. Reed Kuhn, I think his name is. Reed Kuhn from Fightnomics. He said one of the biggest indicators he looks for in betting is when the older fighter is at least 34 years old and 5 years older than his opponent. That is a huge negative. Nicholas Dalby, 40. Randy Brown, 30 or 31, in his absolute physical prime. Just been doing it. He's been in the UFC since I've started watching, I feel like. I remember he was found on Looking for a Fight, I believe. Maybe the first episode of Looking for a Fight was Randy Brown. And last time he fought a 40-year-old, knocked him out in the first round, had him plus 1,100. I think he's going to do it again. But probably lost on Nicholas Dalby before. Michel Pereira versus Abus. Abus is on fire. We don't need no water. Let Magomedov burn. Burn. That's my new one. I got Michel Pereira. I think he's going to outgas him. I think he's going to be too athletic to take down, and he'll probably get sat on his butt for 3 rounds. Who knows? Giga Chikadze versus David Onama. Oof. God, the matchup kind of bothers me that he's facing such a technical striker, but I don't think he's completely outmatched on the feet. He's so fucking long. He hits so hard, and if he decides to grapple, I think he could have a nice path. Anthony Smith versus Mingyang Zhang. You got to go Anthony Smith. Took him at plus 400. Took his sub plus 1,000. The man subbed Vitor Petrino, a black belt, in a guillotine, plus 1,600. He subbed Volkan Ozdemir, plus 1,700. I think he can do it to Mingyang Zhang. Mingyang Zhang's out of UFC competition is absolute shit. Let's look at his opponent records. 0-0, 0-1, 0-0, 0-0, 8-3 and lost. 2-3 lost. 0-0, 0-0, 4-1 lost. 13-10 lost. 0-0, 9-11, 0-0, lost by rear naked choke. How's this guy been doing since then? He only fought one other time. Beat a 4-0 guy, beat a 1-2 guy, 8-5, 2-2, 5-8, 9-6, 6-9, 1-3. 7-2. That was probably his biggest test. Was Tuco Tucos in was that Contender Series? No. Road to UFC. The Asian Contender Series, as I like to call it. Shake Ray, are you African American? You talk cool. New York City, cuh. Finna got this, yo. Brenson Ribeiro sucks. Beat him. Ozzy Diaz sucks. Beat him. Yeah, so I really love Anthony Smith's chances. And then the main event, Ian Machado Gary versus Carlos Praches. It's time. It's time we get you, you son of a bitch, Ian Gary. Let's look at this. Ian Gary. Today's the day. Gabe Green, plus 150, loss. Daniel Rodriguez, plus 235, loss. Neil Magny, plus 300, plus 350, loss. Jeff Neal, plus 170, plus 190, loss. Even though Jeff Neal definitely won that fight. I was there in the building, UFC 298. I'm indigenous when it counts, so I do know what you mean. I do know what you mean. I'm also, well, I am 2.1% Congolese. You know Sergio? Do you remember that commercial? Sergio Cortez? Oh, he's about this high. Light, darkish eyes. Oh, Sergio! Classic, I believe, Bud Light commercial. Oops. That's got to be one of those things that all people named Sergio remember. Just like anybody named Aaron gets Aaron. When it comes to eating a scholarship for college, I'm indigenous. Getting, I'm assuming. Or Chris D'Elia tickets. Two big guys. Was cleaning up and absolutely howling. My microphone is in the repair shop. This microphone typos all my speech. They usually play my physical flaws to make the joke hit home. Oh, it's a constant running. Oh, that's funny. I also think this computer is racist and doesn't like my indigenous accent. What's up, Nat Pukish? UFC stream, yes. You see the pinned comment? I'm going to be switching channels, going live on In the Arena MMA with my buddy Magic, our joint channel, 3 p.m. Be there all day. Lots of action. Make sure to subscribe to that channel if you have not. That's kind of why we're doing this stream. Making sure everybody knows. I'm on protest, but as I was just telling the chat, I have a history of fading Ian Gary and losing, as you can see right here. Even though MVP definitely won, and Jeff Neal definitely won. Fuck Ian Gary. God damn, he bothers me. I think Prates knocks him out. I heard Ian saying in his media day interview he didn't think Carlos was that fast. Idiot. I think he's in for a rude awakening. I can see it both ways, B. Both is supposed to be BOWLTH. WAZE. But I would love the Pratis KO. I think the only way Gary wins is if he has success grappling. And we don't know what Carlos will look like off his back. Like 6 years ago, he got dominated his back. I'm taking the Art of Podcasting course in college this spring. Starts in 2 weeks. Fun. If they need a guest speaker, let me know. James Webb versus former UFC fighter John Allen. I believe John Allen got... Woo! I don't think this one's going to last long. Looks at the floor before he throws that left hook. I was kidding, but guest speaking there. We don't need no invitation. Oh! Is this John Allen that used to be in the UFC? Yes. Oh, I thought he fought Hamzat. Lost a split. Split decision versus Roman Elite. That loss has aged well. Unanimous decision loss. Who the fuck is Diego Diaz? Oh, that was in the UFC. Oh, he could be in Von Flue territory. Oh, Von Flue. If Webb, no. He's trying to. I love Von Flues. Thank you. Oh, Dorian. Meg said, so you weren't going to be here. And as she wasn't here, we thought you guys were hanging out together. Oh, she's got some explaining to do. Let's look at some after-hour comments. YouTube. Everybody go comment on the new after hour YouTube, please. Let's get those comments up. We only got 10 comments. Nick the Crow, fuck yeah. This pod's funny as shit. Thank you, William. I don't know the movie Bullet Train. I don't get this guy's joke, but I'm saying LOL and acting like I do. Look at that screenshot. 2 me's. All right, after this fight, I'm going to sign off. Please make sure to subscribe. Where do you go to school? That's hilarious, Steve. Did you hit on her? What's the name of the other channel? In the Arena MMA. Hold on. It's pinned in the comments. That top comment that's pinned. And it is also right here. Magic is now saying he needs to do half pass, maybe. I'm going to try to start this thing on top, on time. Love the Chin Grill commercial, too. Yeah, it was incredible. Incredible work by Mark. The chill. I don't see it. Kurwa, as we say in Bulgarian. You Bulgarian? What's that mean? Do. What's the other half? Irish? Trying to think of something pale. You said you're pale. Someone needs to teach James Webb the Von Flu. I don't know. American. Right on. Yeah, whatever. Hairline's getting bad. I'm going to reach out to, have you heard of the new Dragonese fighter? Oh, yeah, I think I have, because he's Dragonese nuts. I beat you to it. Classic Rashad Evans and Rampage Jackson. Yeah, you won't be laughing, Sergio, when I go to Turkey. I want to reach out to the people that Bald Stool did. Let's see if we can do a little after-hour trip. Welcome to the after-hour pod. Welcome to the after-hour pod. That sounded good. Some chocolate rain. Should I just talk like this? These Cage Warriors fights have not been that great from what I've seen. Take Brian Callen with you. Too far gone. Turkey's a young man's game. Throw some elbows. Yeah, there we go. This might be over. Oh, make sure. Let's. It's over. Unbelievable! Stop it. Hold on. I'm going to put some links. I want you guys to follow these. Follow that. TikTok in the arena MMA. Oh, that's hilarious. TikTok. Follow the In the Arena TikTok. I hired a Filipino editor. $10 an hour. He's going to start clipping stuff. I'm going to be having clips out left and motherfucking right. Really should have done this sooner. I've told the story before, but famously, I tried to get a editor off Upwork one time. I've heard Filipino people are the best because they usually speak English. Also, I work for Joe Coy, so they always love that, and they're eager to help. But one time I spent 3 days training a guy to edit the Another Podcast Network shows and got him all set up, spent all those days teaching him, and then he comes back. He was like, oh, there's too many swear words, and I'm religious. I can't do it. And that was like 3 years ago, and I've never tried to get another remote editor again. But I think I found one, Troy in the Philippines. I really want to find one that uses Adobe Premiere, but cool story, bitch. Thanks. I'm full of them. Oh, look at this commercial. They're at Echo Park. I'm going for a digital audio tools certificate in college. That's a great thing to work out. I bet you know more about audio than I do. Wayward Prairie in the house. Wayward Prairie, also like and sub to the In the Arena MMA channel. Going to be going live at there 3 or 3:30. Woo woo. All right, everybody signing off, everybody. Really appreciate you showing. We're going to have Combat Buddies Thursday, PFL. Combat Buddy, not In the Arena. See you on the other channel, 3 p.m. All right, thanks, everybody. Combat Buddies next week, though. Yeah, I love this card. I really do. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Godspeed. Subscribe to the other channel.